Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash, the ones of the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that teaches truth and real well by the spirits and power that be. Wabrak unto the hopeful elect. It's your brother Gabar back with another lesson. Lord's will is edifying. It's going to be over. Do your possessions. It's like you do your possessions possess you, right? Because we're in a time of letting go, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 3. It speaks about different times and different seasons for different things. Like right now, we're in wintertime. So we're in a time of everything being cold, dark. The trees, they don't have leaves. They had to drop them. And then what? And then spring, they get all that back. So spiritually, we're in that wintertime, right? It's funny because the president, Donald Trump, said before, and maybe even Biden, but I know Trump said it, that we're in the eye of the storm, how it's going to get worse, and also that, it's a dark winter coming, right? But, yeah, bro, so basically, you can't let your possessions possess you, right? And saying that as in letting these things go for the kingdom of heaven. Because if these things possess you, they're going to tie you down to this side, you see? They're going to tie you down to this side, and ultimately, you'll be burned up, and it's just how it is. So we can't be possessed by our own possessions. The Lord may give you a car. The Lord may give you a job, a better job. The Lord may give you some more money. The Lord may give you a wife. The Lord may give you a child. The Lord may give you whatever, whatever it is, clothes, garments, better, whatever, or whatever he gives you. But you can't let that possess you, you see? Now, you can have those things. The Lord give you those things. It's not wicked to have a woman. It's not wicked to have a better job, to go get a better job. It's not wicked to, do those things or have those things. But you can't be entangled with them because what we got coming. And ultimately, this just takes faith, honestly, right? And that don't mean that you just go and you throw away everything you got, like fuck the job, the C-hip coming out anyway, or is out. If this woman, she might she'll probably trespass anyway, whatever. Nah, man, you ain't gotta do that. You gotta be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, right? You gotta let go of these things spiritually. But let's go ahead and dive into the scriptures. I want to open up with this, because understanding, yeah, we letting these things go, but man, really, we gaining something. So let's go to Matthew 6:33. It says, "But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." Yeah, so everything that we possibly could desire, everything we could possibly want, bro, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua got it laid up for you, man. And he not going to forget about you, man. What the scripture say about forsaking things, right? Let's grab that. Let me pull it right quick. Because the Lord, he not going to forsake us. The scripture says he's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So we just got to keep on diligently seeking Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Now let's grab this right quick. Matthew chapter 19 and verse 29. It says, "And everyone that hath forsaken houses and brethren," it's like your houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. Yeah, so 100-fold. Matter of fact, let's go to the blue letter and let's click on that 100-fold. So Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua has laid up 100-fold, man, for you doing what you're supposed to do, because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be doing these things anyway, man. But the scripture says it's his good pleasure to give us the kingdom, right? So Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua is going to reward us at the end of all this. So it's going to seem in the sight of man that we're losing or whatever, But Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua is still going to reward us at the end of the day. We're going to get all those things back. So don't be afraid to let these things go. Don't be afraid to not be entangled with these things too much, man. Now let's go into this word, 100-fold. Yeah, so it says 100-fold. It just says 100-fold 100 times as much, right? So imagine whatever you lose, man, you get 100 of those, man. And it's going to be better in the kingdom of heaven. The scripture says, what does the scripture say? Let's get this right quick. This is oh, Sloggy didn't pull up. Give me 1 second. This is Psalms chapter 16 and verse 11. It says, "Thou wilt shew me," shew means to show, "thou wilt shew me the path of life, and thy presence is fullness of joy, at thy right hand." And what is the Lord's right hand? Yahushua, right? "At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore." That's cold right there, man. That's real cold. Now let's grab that in the NLT just to see if it's anything on there. You know, sometimes it be a little more bone. I mean, a little bit more meat on the bone. But let's just see. It says in the NLT, "You will show me the way of life, granting me the joy of your presence and the pleasures of living with you forever." Yeah, so, man, the Lord got stuff that's going to last forever, man. All this stuff on this side is just carnal BS, man. And you got to look at it like that, man. Or else you're not going to be willing to forsake these things, man. You might even be in the wrong mindset of thinking like, you know what, all right, I ain't going to get too much. I'm going to just do this and that's it. No. Because what did Yahushua say as well? Let's grab that. Luke chapter 21 and verse 34. This is the words of Yahushua. It says, "And take heed yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life." Now let's go into this word surfeiting on the Blue Letter Bible. So we can't be overcharged, meaning overindulged with the cares, the affections, and the worries of this life, because they get in the way if you do. Now this word surfeiting says, Strong's G 2896, krapal, it says, "the giddiness and headache caused by drinking wine to excess." Yeah, right? And that ultimately is going to make you spiritually drunk. You see? Which really, it is spiritually drunk. You know, because this isn't talking about literally, you know, now, of course, you're not supposed to be drinking, you know, too much every damn day and shit. But being in the world, think about it that way. You know, you indulge too much. You too deep. You can't be too deep, man. Yahushua said, don't be overcharged, right? Because if you overcharge, then what's going to happen when you overcharge your phone? Your phone going to cut off, man. It's going to be too damn much. It's going to be like on Indiana Jones, when that lady, she wanted to know everything. They was granting her a wish, and she said she wanted to know everything. And she was like, tell me, I want to know everything. But it was too much for her little ass brain. She was just a mere mortal. And they started to tell her. They gave her all the knowledge, and what happened? I think her head exploded. Either that or she just died some other way. But she died. She couldn't handle it, right? So don't be overcharged with the things in this world, man. It's going to ruin you. You see? Now let's keep on reading. It says, Luke 21:34. "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting," right, that drunkenness, and cares of this life. Exactly, right? How I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that. Oh, just, you know, nah, man, the scripture say, cast your burden upon the Lord, man. Now, of course, you do what you can. You don't just, how about Shema Shah, can you help me get this rent money? And then, amen, and then you just sit at home for the rest of the month. No, you take your ass to work still. You see? But it says, "in cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares." Yeah, so you're going to be so caught up in your little life that the day of the Lord is going to sneak up on you sudden, man. And you ain't going to have no stability, no nothing, man. Your crown going to be took, right? So if you don't want that to happen, then what do you got to do? You got to abstain from this world. You got to be that eunuch. You got to abstain from this world, man. So we can stay on our watch, so we can stay where we need to be. Let's grab another scripture, man. And you can't be too deep into the things that the Lord does give you, right? Because the Lord not going to give you certain things, obviously. But what the Lord does give you, don't be too deep into those things, man. Just take it lightly, man. Here's Matthew 6:21. And where your treasure is, there will also your heart be. Yeah, so what you putting your mind to, that's where your treasure is, right? Well, Slagi, I said it backwards. It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be. Yeah, so if you making this world your treasure and stuff, that's where all your attention gonna be to. But if you making the kingdom of heaven your treasure, right, and you investing in that, and you sacrificing into that, instead of this world, then that's where your treasure is gonna be. You see? That's where your mind gonna be. That's where your heart, which is your mind, that's where all that's gonna be. You're gonna be meditating on it. You know? You don't want this world to be your treasure, man, because it's leading to death. Scriptures say that. Now let's also grab this. Matthew 5:30. It says, if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell, right? You see, it's better that you cut off whatever you need to cut off and abstain from it than your whole life, going down the drain. You ain't got no life where Yahweh Shai, when he arrived, you got to be reincarnated, You don't want to go through that. You see, so it's better that you just cast off whatever you got to cast off now, man, on this side. And the Lord going to give it back to you. But then again, I say all this, but at the end of the day, it's just going to take faith, man. That's all. It's just going to take faith from the faithful. Everybody else ain't going to be able to do it in the time of that MOTB. Not everybody just going to be able to look at that guillotine. Not everybody just going to be able to look at that prison sentence. Not everybody just going to be able to look at that pilgrimage and be like, okay, this is what I got to do. Not everybody going to have that same thought process. Some people going to be like, nah, fuck this. It's cold. They barely feeding me. Fuck this. I'll take it. Some people going to have that reaction, but that's okay. The Lord wants to get those out, man. Because what did it say in, let's get this right quick. I got these, probably my last two precepts. Luke 22:31. Matter of fact, let me read it first. Luke 22:31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, and Simon is Peter. Simon, Simon, behold, Satan, right, and Satan's real name is Shaitan in the Hebrew. Shaitan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. Now let's go into this word sift right quick. Get that full understanding. Sift, it says, Strong's G 46:16, saniazo, and it says to shake, to sift, shake, and a sieve. It says fig by inward agitation to try one's faith to the verge of overthrow. Yeah, so we gonna, of course, the Lord ain't gonna put nothing on you that you can't bear, but the Lord's gonna allow Satan to agitate you, man, to agitate you, to try your faith, to get you to be overthrown, to overthrow you, to get you out of the truth. Ultimately, that's what he wants. You see? And we can't let that happen, man. If you want to make it to the kingdom of heaven, you can't let that happen. How you not going to let that happen? The scripture says, put on the whole armor of the Most High so you can withstand, in the evil day. The scripture says that wisdom and knowledge is going to be your stability. The scripture says that Yahweh Shai focused on the joy set before him when he was going through it. So we got to use these scriptures to the best of our ability, man. And we got to pray that he keeps them in our mind and that we follow him, man. And that we can be a part of his elect. Ask for that mercy. Because that's what it's about at the end of the day. It's that predestination of that mercy, the blood of Yahweh Shai being on the elect, man. You see? But that's what Satan's whole MO is. That's what happened with Job. You see? He was trying to sift him, Lord, if you do this, he gonna lead the truth if you do this, right? Oh, Jacob's throat, the C to the hip, right? Oh yeah, he gonna take that. All you gotta do is this. Look, take his woman. He gonna bug out, So you can't give Satan what he want, right? You got to show you how about your mouth shot when you in the midst of that adversity that you ain't gonna be sifted out. that agitation. Matter of fact, let's get another scripture right quick. That agitation ain't gonna overthrow you, man, just like it didn't to Yahweh Shai. Let's grab this. This is Let me grab this right quick. Matthew 24:13. Because it matches up. It matches up with that sifting, right? Watch this. Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. Yeah, so Satan is going to try to sift you, but you're supposed to endure it, right? Because that word sift means to overthrow you, to agitate you, right? To get you to leave that faith that you got in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Now let's get this word shall endure. It says Strong G 5277. It says hipamino, and it says to remain. Yeah, so you still remaining in the truth and loyalty to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua and faithful, even though Satan is trying to sift you out, even though you catching hell by whatever way. Now check this out. It says to preserve under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast to one's faith in Hamashiach. Woo! There you go. You see? Under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast to one's faith in Hamashiach. Yeah, so you holding fast to your faith still, even though Satan, the Lord letting Satan put all kinds of hell on you. Getting sick, body issues, this hurting, that hurting, this happening in your life, that's happening in your life. You know, old stuff, catching up, whatever it is, man. However it's going down, man. You know, the Lord trying to see if you're going to endure, right? If you're going to stay in, or is that agitation, is that misfortune, is that trial going to overthrow you? Is it going to overthrow your faith, man? We got to endure these things. This is what we supposed to endure, man. And it's going to get a lot tougher, man. All right? But that's basically the point, man. Yeah, man, that's basically the point. Matter of fact, I grabbed this last one to wrap it up. Galatians 5:9. It says, a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. Yeah, so, you know, got to make sure we got all the leaven out. You know, you can't be holding on to these things at all. You can't be saying, you know, yeah, you're not tied down to all these other things and this and that. And then if your woman go take the C to the hip, you go take the shit. That little leaven just fucked you up, you know? Or just because, you know, you got the comfortability, you know, prophesying and doing this and going back home, and then the pilgrimage come or something, you lose that comfortability, then you go take it. You see, so the leaven can be in different spots. It can be in different situations. It can come out. But guess what? Ultimately, what is it going to do? It's going to leaven the whole lump. Because you still took the C to the hip. You still took the CHIP no matter what. So you still getting burned up with that same fire, you see? All right? So it's better to cut that thing off now. Examine yourself, right? Pray, fast, do what you got to do, man. Right? Getting the right mindset, right? So when you are, when these trials get even heavier and stuff, these misfortunes and these things that we must endure, right, and forsake, that, you know, you don't fall out, but you endure, you know. You don't get sifted out, man, because they coming, right? But, you know, that was basically it, man. Lord's will, this is edifying. Last thing I want to say is call halal, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rachakodash, for giving the spirit and power to make this lesson. That belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that teach this truth and rule well. Wabarakatama to the hopeful elect. Lord's will, this is edifying to the body of Yahushua. Until next time, Kam Yasharallah Shalom.